What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So today is the day that I never thought would come. We're gonna be cutting up the body on this car for the wide body. Might as well do it. It's a project car, you know, I'm drifting it now, so might as well go all out. So I have the flares, as you guys seen, and today we're gonna install them. Now I will be cutting up those fenders in the front. I decided that I'm gonna leave them, I'm gonna cut them and I'm gonna incorporate the flare into those fenders. If I do want to go back to stock body, I will get some smaller fenders for the rear and then just buy some OEM fenders and probably revent them in the future. But for now, I'm just gonna use what I got. So that's what we're gonna do today. I've already started the process. I took out this antenna right here. All you do is you remove the interior on the inside. You take out one 10mm that holds in the antenna right here. You unscrew the top part that screws on here, and then you just pull it right out. It is connected to this little box here. I believe this is for the power antenna. Anyway, this is holding on with another 10mm as well. I will be plugging this up. I'm gonna go ahead and sand this down right now. Cut out a small piece of metal and tack it in place. I got my little piece of metal cut out. It fits perfectly here. But before I go ahead and place it, I'm gonna go ahead and get this down to bare metal, so that way I have a good, nice surface to weld on. So I just ground on all my welds or my tacks. So now we're ready to go ahead and put the over fender on this. I'm not gonna fill this yet because we're gonna be molding the fender on, so I'll just do everything at one time. Now that we got the fender on the car and the placement that we wanted, we drilled out the holes already, so we know exactly where the fender is gonna go back on. Now we're gonna go ahead and start cutting the quarter panel. So I'm probably gonna cut from down here all the way across, all the way into the bumper. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting the top, and then I'm gonna cut the bottom here so I can separate the inner from the outer shell, and then we're gonna fold it up and tack weld them all in place and cut off the excess. Oh, it's gone!
How you feel?
It's nuts. Never thought I would be cutting up my car, but here we are. Man, it's weird. Just welded and cut it off the fender well. So now I'm gonna go ahead and test fit this over fender again. So now we're gonna go ahead and test fit the wheels. Right now I have the 1.5 inch spacer on the rear, so I'm gonna see if that fits. If not, I have a 2 inch spacer that I can throw on here instead. So this part where it comes in right here, it's starting to sit on this part, so I might have to trim it up a little. It sits now on the tire, but it's good. I may have to lower it a little bit more just so that way this will come down to the lip, but then again, nothing's dialed in, so we will be dialing that back in after. But as you guys can see, the flare is on. I will be molding this so it will look a lot better than it does right now. But this is the fitment with the 1.5 inch spacer on the rear. I think it looks cool. So ideally this would look better with camber, but I will be dialing the camber out because we will be drifting this car. So I want it to have a little bit more function and longer tire life. So we're gonna go ahead and start on the front fenders here. I'm gonna be using these fenders. I got a lot of DMs of people asking me if they could buy these fenders off of me instead of me cutting them up. But unfortunately I decided to go ahead and cut these fenders up anyway. If I'm gonna go back to a smaller stock body style over fender, I would just buy some stock fenders and revent them myself. It's not hard to do. We already did the other side, you'll see it later, but I think we got it to work. So we're gonna go ahead and mock this up right now. So we have some lines that we're gonna follow here with this bend. It actually looks pretty good on the other side, so we're gonna try to duplicate it on this side and hopefully everything matches up. Luckily there is already like points on the flare that match up. I'm gonna go ahead and start drilling the holes. I'm gonna just rest the blade along this part right here and just follow it up so I have a nice straight line. And I'm gonna rest the blade against this edge and go in until they meet. So now we have an actual vent. So now I'm gonna cut off part of this inside metal right here and come up and over around like that. Alright guys, so here's the moment that you guys have not been waiting for. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these fenders, these beautiful vented fenders. Like I said, I'll make a new set if I need to later on in the future. They're not that hard. But yeah, here we go. I did keep the inside bolt here so I can still bolt up the bumper to it, but the rest of it is cut off. This is what I was talking about. I came in a little bit just to clear the edge of the flare, the vent, and went back up. Man. I will be running a 2-inch spacer in the front. This is what a 2-inch spacer looks like. Again, this is hub centric. And it's a bolt-on spacer, meaning the spacer doesn't move around. Once it's bolted, all the weight is transferred to the hub, and then this side has a hub-centric ring as well, so it doesn't put all the load on the actual studs. So make sure you guys get hub-centric bolt-on spacers that fit your vehicle when you are choosing spacers. I will be running these until I rebarrel my lips on the mitts, but for now these will work just fine for what I'm doing. Damn guys, this looks freaking sick. Oh yeah, I got eyelids for the car as well, just recently. They haven't installed it. I haven't installed them yet. They're just on there. But look at this car.